Welcome back to the Arsenal Transfer Show. My name is Sard and you're watching the Football Corner. Havertz and Declan Rice nearly done. And Lavia linked to the club as well, and Musa Diaby. Let's get into this transfer news. Make sure to like, share and subscribe, and welcome back to the Football Corner. Now guys, first story we got to get to is Declan Rice and Kai Havertz. Looks like these deals are almost but done. Yeah, fees are almost agreed. Everything seems to be okay, seems to be going well. If we just look towards the reports, we've got numerous reports regarding this story, where it says, first one said, Arsenal are very confident in signing both Declan Rice and Kai Havertz and are in advanced stages with both players, despite Chelsea rejecting the first offer. Mikel Arteta is pushing for Havertz. And then also another one, which is Arsenal are in the driver's seat to sign Kai Havertz and are preparing to increase their offer. They believe that 60 million will convince Chelsea to sell. Arsenal are looking for more depth up front and are ready to match his wages, which are around 220k a week, offering Havertz a fresh start after a difficult season at Stamford Bridge. So guys, it looks like Havertz is going to get done ASAP. Declan Rice as well. That seems to be done. I'm hearing a lot of stuff. Yeah, for me, listen, just need to get this Declan Rice deal done ASAP. You know how I feel about Kai Havertz. I'm not completely on board with it, but listen, if it's what the manager wants, what the manager wants, you know, just be behind it if it's what the manager wants. But listen, I'm not happy with it. Listen, we saw the kind of season he's had, but there's also ways you can look at it where there's places he can fit into the squad as a depth player, but it's just that price tag. 60 million is a lot of money for a backup player. That's all I've been saying this whole time. It's a lot of money for a backup player, and for me, we cannot be spending that kind of money on a backup player. That's money that you could spend on a first team player, a starter. So yeah, for me, it's not really the transfer I would have hoped. But listen, if it has to happen, it has to happen. Looks like Kai Havertz is coming to the club, as well as Declan Rice nearly done. Looks like there's a fee in as we discussed in the previous video of 101 million, which is due to be submitted any day now. And then we should see it all agreed, and Declan Rice should be at the club before pre-season, and we can get into this pre-season the right way with our players in. Now, moving on to the next story, which is Musa Diaby from Bayer Leverkusen. Now, Musa Diaby is such a talented player, and it looks like Arsenal have moved in recent weeks and are now in pole position to sign Bayer Leverkusen's Musa Diaby. Now, if we look at this, guys, it was us and Newcastle both going in for him. Obviously, it looks like we're currently in pole position to sign him. We've laid the groundwork, so it looks like we're in pole position to sign him. And listen, Musa Diaby is a good player. I'll take him just to give Bukayo Saka some rest at times as well, because you know, you still need to keep that level up top. So on that right side, you need to keep that level, especially playing in the Champions League. Listen, Musa Diaby's played in the Champions League as well, so we've seen him play in the Champions League. But yeah, guys, I'm completely happy with that transfer, and yeah, I'm 100% on it, and would love to see him at the club. I feel like he's a good player. Coming off the right side is where he's played most of his games, and he's even played some up top. So yeah, it's very good player, versatile, can play in different positions on that front line. So yeah, look, let's just see how that unfolds. Let's see what we can do if we can bring in Musa Diaby to the club. And on to the next story, which is Romeo Lavia coming in from Southampton. So Southampton are relegated, so I'm hoping we can get this guy for a bit cheaper than what he would have been going for, which was around 50 mil, 55 mil. But I'm hoping we can get it for maybe a 30 mil, 30, 35, something like that. But yeah, Romeo Lavia due to come to the club. As you can see on the screen, reports have suggested Arsenal were targeting Southampton's Romeo Lavia, leaving Chelsea a clear path to go after Moises Caicedo. However, Sky Sports has been told Arsenal are keeping an eye on the Brighton midfielder. So looks like we are targeting Romeo Lavia at the moment when it comes to bringing him into the club, but it looks like we're also keeping an eye on Caicedo to see what happens with that transfer. If Chelsea can't get it over the line, then obviously we can step in and then like hijack that transfer. But yeah, even bringing Romeo Lavia to the club, I think he's a good player. Not as good as Caicedo, because Caicedo is has shown that he's a versatile player, can play at the right back position and can play in the midfield. But Romeo Lavia has shown, even in the game against us, he was showing levels, and at a young age. I think he's 2021, so very young. And yeah, I listen. If we can bring in Romeo Lavia, obviously, if we can bring in Caicedo, I want Caicedo. But if we can bring in Lavia as well, Lavia is a very good player. I think he'd do good, and hopefully we can bring him in. Hopefully we can get him settled in before the pre-season, and we can get him done and dusted, ready for the season. Now, moving on to the final story of today, which is Florian Balogun. Now, we just look on the screen. Arsenal have talks with 20 plus goals per season striker Florian Balogun. Sky journalist Damesh Seth has confirmed that Arsenal have held talks with the striker Florian Balogun regarding his future. Florian Balogun is an interesting one. I'm told that there have been talks between Balogun's representatives and the Arsenal hierarchy about his future. Whether or not the Gunners keep Balogun is yet to be seen. 21 years old, scored 21 goals on loan at Reims last season, wants regular first team football. We have heard nothing on this deal, but likely he leaves. According to the latest reports, Arsenal want at least 50 million for the striker, a fair value in today's market. Now, I completely agree. 50 million is a fair value in today's market. Listen, he scored 21 goals at 21 years old. Like, if that was any other team, they'd be selling him to us for 60, 70 million. They'll be trying to get as much as they can. So I don't see why we can't do the same. I don't see why we can't go out there, try get as much as we can for Florian Balogun. Let's try get as much as we can, squeeze as much out of him as possible, so we can bring, so we can get him sold and then get that money into the club, so we can spend on other transfers. And yeah, it looks like they want to keep Eddie Nketiah. Obviously, if it was up to me, I would keep Florian Balogun at the club and sell Eddie Nketiah, but looks like the club want to keep Eddie Nketiah. If it was up to them, I don't think they want to get rid of him, but it's just he wants first team football, and we can't offer him first team football because of the amount of players we have in the front line that are ahead of him. So yeah, for me, listen, yet to be seen what's going to happen with this transfer window, but it's looking more and more likely like he's going to leave. So we'll have to just wait and see, guys, and see what happens. See what Arsenal do, see what Florian Balogun wants to do, whether he would be willing to stay and maybe go on loan in a Premier League club to see if he can do the same in the Premier League. Then we can have a discussion next summer. But yeah, I think that would be very good if we can get him to go on loan, maybe at a Premier League club. Like I believe Crystal Palace also are in for him, interested in Balogun. So why not give Florian Balogun a loan spell at Crystal Palace, see what he does for the season. Let's see how well he performs, and then we can see whether we want to keep him or definitely want to sell him. So guys, thank you very much for tuning in today. Like I said before, make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I make a video. Make sure to hit up my socials down below, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook and Twitch. I'm going to be doing some stuff on there soon. Make sure to get a follow on there, and yeah, make sure to subscribe, guys. Hit the like button. Thank you very much for tuning in. See you later. Come on, you Gunners. Bye.